Responsibility of voter education primarily, not wholly, primarily
Yes.
lies with the IEBC. But if you look at the political parties, they themselves, under Section 4A of the Political Parties Act, A, B, C, D, all the way, you will see even F under that section. Those subsections clearly obligate the political parties, they themselves, to even educate their own members into the issues of policy or the issues of governance and the electoral process, the electoral process, so that they know if I go to a polling station, I'm supposed to be at least 400 meters away from me. I'm not supposed to be anywhere near there. And my agents cannot exceed 2 if I am a candidate. All that is the burden of the political party itself. And I suppose that's what they should be doing in looking at the regulations that govern elections. You cannot heap that whole burden on the IEBC. Now, it's a tripartite sort of arrangement because we have the registrar of political parties who is supposed to ensure that the candidate is ready. So the candidate there has members that are actually under his or her political party, such that you can verify that I am supposed to be this political party. Is the registrar of political parties making that easier for Kenyans to know that I am actually registered in this political party? And then this Kenyan has opted to shift from this political party to the other. Now, the Political Parties Act demand, by law, Section 4 itself, that a person over 18 years old, then upon paying the registration fee for that political party, and subscribing to that political party's, in subsection B, to that political party's whatever manifesto or constitution is, then becomes a member. So you just don't become a member by law or recognized in law just by saying that I now have shifted from ODM to UDA or vice versa, as the case may be. So the political parties, the registrar of political parties has a mandate that is still tied to the election. So we cannot isolate the IEBC as the sole body that is supposed to then enhance the smooth electoral process. Is this melange combination of players who have then to play in sync?
But they are the overarching, because that is
the overarching. Now, having said that, I am going to say this because you ask about, well, how about these systems that are so like that? The electoral processes in Africa, mostly in Africa, in Latin America, have vested interests. And those vested interests are colonial, and such that they've spilled over into the neo-colonial period, such that when you have this sort of thing, that the software is no longer functional or not compatible with the current demands of technological whatever, we fall back invariably to the supplier of software, who happens to be the foreigner. This foreigner has a back door to your software. So they find that candidate A or candidate B is their preference in terms of advancing their neo-colonial agenda. And this happened a lot in Latin America. And there's one particular country in which there were murmurs, even in the last general election. You heard, what is the name of that person again?
Comago.
Good.
Yes.
Absolutely. That is it, from Latin America. But there is this Israeli company which says, it's on that whole thing is online, and you can check it, where they boast and say that whichever country that you want us, we will get you the winner of that particular election, and we will provide you with the software and everything that you need. And there were murmurs in 2017, that the Jubilee government used the services of such a company, that the algorithms were somehow affected, and somehow the election was not clean, it was not pure, and that led to the conduct of the election afresh.
Right.
So what am I saying? The foreign entities that manage elections all over the world have a stake in this so high that the ignorant Kenyan who thinks that I'm going to cast a vote and elect so and so, they probably need to rethink that again. And the so-called one-term momentum, in the end, as Mheshimiwa has said here, the reality is, and the ideal is that software issue may come back to haunt the Kenyan elector. Elector as in you as a person, because you go in good faith thinking that that vote you've cast will actually result in the preferred candidate that you have for your choice. So the issue of the software being like that is similar to what you're being told constantly by your WhatsApp provider. The WhatsApp messenger tells you this, whatever needs to be updated, whatever. And if you do not update it, it becomes unusable to you. Now, the question is this now. I have bought, quote unquote, into this technology at the beginning. Don't they have a clause? And this is Mheshimiwa's task. Doesn't the IEBC have a clause with that service provider, that software provider, that look, they will be responsible for any and all updates relevant and significant for the execution of the task of election.
Yes.
Isn't that
for this given period?
For this given period.
Yeah, because
so
we're not just buying for one election cycle.
Absolutely.
Which is very expensive. Then tell us after the next one, or we need to update, but also it's this. This is a cost that we need to pay again.
So the contract itself, they are supposed to be having it, and we the Kenyan people are supposed to be supplied with that. So that if there is a clause here that says that the purchaser, now the government of the Republic of Kenya through the IEBC, for instance, shall be responsible for any and all updates of the software and shall therefore bear any expense incurred thereby. Then they say, wait, no. What are we buying here? Every 5 years, you're telling us that we have to keep paying you 100 billion all the time. For what? For what? Software update? Is that what you're telling us?
And I'm not an IT person, but I would imagine a software update. It's just an update.
Yes.
Which should be part and parcel of your service contract.
May I finish this? Then you will take off.
Because of interest of time as well, I think.
Just one remark. That's just one remark. If you, as the regulator, and I use by comparison because I was just winding up on that point. By comparison, the WhatsApp Messenger platform that you or anybody else uses, quote unquote, free of charge, as long as you have airtime, bundles, to get on it. So how much does Meta charge you? The update. Go ahead. Mile of that.
Yeah.
Let the Kenyan people mile of that. I mean, the software update, whatever it is that WhatsApp keep telling you that you must update these within 5 days, 15 days, or 5 days, whatever time it is, you must update. And they give you that option to update, or you delete it, upload again. If you want to update it, how much does it cost you? Right. So the Kenyan people ought to interrogate that. Why is it the IEBC has to keep paying billions?
So we begin in